If you could describe Christmas in one word, what would it be? Some people say busyness, trouble, headache, overeating. Others say Jesus, family, love, happiness. I think it wouldn't be too far off to paint Christmas as a celebration that resonates the feeling of warmth and excitement and time when we feel cherished, remembered, and loved. If you're nodding your head right now in agreement with what I'm saying, did you know that there are millions of people in the United States that are shaking their heads in disagreement with everything I just said? You think I'm talking about atheists? Maybe you think I'm talking about African Americans or Asian Americans? Well, actually, I'm not. I'm talking about people of every race and religious background that you can name. One of those people probably lives a few houses down from you. Another one sits pretty close to you at church. And yet another one goes to the same grocery store that you frequent. The people that I'm talking about are seniors. According to a study done at the University of California in San Francisco, 18% of seniors live alone. 43% of seniors frequently report feeling lonely. To put it into perspective, imagine there's 18 elder people living in your neighborhood. 2 of those people would be living alone, but 5 of them would report feeling lonely. Another great statistics on that is that people 60 years old and older who report feeling lonely have shown a 45% increase in their risk for death. And also, the lonely people have showed 59% of higher risk of getting mental illnesses and physical illnesses in comparison to their social counterparts. Loneliness is a very bad thing at any age, but researchers are saying that it is especially bad at older age. To put it into perspective yet again, loneliness is twice as bad as obesity for older people. These statistics are very sad, and I haven't really figured out why there are so many lonely elder people out there. Some say that that's because their family members are trying to make a living or living too far away. Others are saying it is because of the medical costs that are being cut. Yet others are saying that loneliness is contagious and people don't like to be around these elderly people because they start feeling gloomy. Whatever the reason is, I know that we need to look at facts. And the facts are that there's these lonely people out there and we can make a difference. We don't have to make some grand gestures. There's very little things that take very little time that can mean so much. For a start, we can engage into conversations with those people at the grocery store, at church, or our neighbors. We can give them our phone number and ask them to call us if they need anything. We can send them a little postcard or a souvenir. We can just go over to their house and sit and just be available to talk. You get the point. What really matters is that they engage into meaningful conversations and relationships. I promise it will pay off. It has for me. I first started engaging into these little experiments with elderly people when I first became a mother and I was a stay-at-home mom. And in order to get back in shape, I started walking in my neighborhood every morning. And as a side note, it is really interesting how many things you notice about your neighbors when you walk so often. You notice whoever painted their house, whoever got their new windows and new mailbox, maybe planted new flowers. In any case, I met two ladies then, and I started visiting them frequently, and we talked about life and just watched my little baby play. And as I shared my time with them, and the more I talked to them, the less I felt like I was talking to older people. I looked in their eyes, and I actually saw this spark of once a child with brothers and sisters, then a young girl who fell in love, and then a young lady that stood in her beautiful gown, graciously reciting her vows. I saw myself in their eyes, and that changed my entire perspective on what I think about elder people. These people are not just some strangers. Those people, they lived a life as well, and now they're lonely. I know that you might say, well, you had a lot of time and you were walking in the mornings and things like that, and maybe you're saying, well, I don't have that time. I'm not here to ask you to do what I did, but I'm here to ask you, please become more intentional in your conversations and your interactions with these elder people. They need to know that they're noticed. They need to know that they're valued. They need to know that they're loved. And I promise that you will see a payoff. Today I'm seeing a payoff in the behavior of my 3-year-old daughter, who is very, very prone to give care to older people. And honestly, as a mother, that's the most precious thing that I can experience. And I promise you, you will experience the same thing. Please become more engaged. Please become more intentional. Thank you for listening.